Hi guys.
What up, guys?
We're currently in Tennessee on our way to Los Angeles. As you guys know, we figured it'd be cool to do like a podcast format. If it's not perfect, deal with it because
I already tried
full
too hard.
disclosure, we probably filmed this like 5 times. You guys will have to let us know what you think in the comments if you like this and leave your thoughts down below of what we talk about.
For the record, this is going to be my favorite style. Talking to you guys one-on-one is just so cool.
I like it too, but mostly because of these little microphones.
Yeah, these little micro sticks.
So this is going to be our first episode, and we're going to talk about who we are and why you should care, starting with why you should care, because that's
why you
the
guys are
important
here. Why
part.
should you care?
Yeah, most of you guys probably know us from Sus Originals, which is our sustainable fashion brand. We take secondhand clothes and rework them into new one-of-a-kind designs.
We really believe in how sustainable fashion is the future.
We're really driven by our mission. I think a lot of people probably assume like we're doing this for selfish reasons to just like get rich or whatever. Like obviously we want to have our financial freedom in our hands. Who doesn't?
At our core, we want to be self-employed and free. That's all there is to it.
And inspiring to other people. So we obviously want to be financially free, but that's not what's driving us. People probably think that we like do make a lot of money, but the thing is we really don't. What keeps us going is our mission to help other people and the planet. We're not professionals by any means. We didn't go to school for business or whatever. We didn't even do fashion school, nothing like that. We've just learned straight from experience.
We've been winging it.
I think we've learned some valuable lessons along the way that we can teach to other people, whether it be about upcycling or just like mending your clothes, or if you want to start a business yourself.
Yeah, literally these last 3 years have gotten our experience up in so many different things.
I really do believe that the best way to learn things is just by doing it and trying it. In terms of fashion, like we said, we really truly believe that sustainable fashion is the future, and honestly, I can't see it being any other way. There's just no way we can continue to have these unsustainable fashion habits. We're probably going to do a whole episode on this to educate, but even if you have the most basic knowledge, you know how polluting the fashion industry is. And as a fashion designer, I feel like you can choose either to use new clothing or secondhand clothing. One of them solves a problem and one of them creates it. Even if you don't want to be a fashion designer, we still need to figure out like what to do with the excess clothing from this overconsumption. But that's the gist of it. We could do a whole deep dive on it. I'm sure
And we
we
will.
Yeah. Quick intermission. It's the Super Bowl day, and Ricardo's wearing his.
How about those cheese?
I'm gonna have to put on the screen who they came from because I forget.
The whole world, as you guys could see, like we're literally in an electric vehicle, right? And not to go too much on a tangent of how we have been messing up the world, but basically most legacy businesses, most legacy industries that you see now are not sustainable. They really do only care about the bottom line. And
Greed.
yeah, that's it. We decided to take this mission on, and we would love any support possible.
Some companies are driven by their greed
Yeah.
and they don't care about other people. I feel like we're on the complete opposite side of the spectrum where hypothetically it could be like, bad for business to like tell you guys how we make things, but for the collective and us as a whole and you individually, you watching this, it's gonna help us all if we teach you what we've learned.
Most of the time, the bottom line is honestly the least of our concerns. Genuinely, number one thing that we care is our quality, craftsmanship, and that you guys love the designs, and of course that we love the
and
designs
that we have
we
fun
make.
making it. Like
Yeah,
overall in our lives, we just want to enjoy our lives. Like that's part
pretty
of why
simple.
we wanted to own a small business in the first place, because we don't like being employed. We like to, you know, I would rather
Do what we want.
like sit there and grind day in and day out to, eventually be able to live the life that I've always dreamed of. Sustainability is not a perfect concept. Like I'm drinking out of a plastic cup and I'm not proud of it, but the goal is not to be perfect. It's to be knowledgeable and try your best and do what you can.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Right? And it's realistically just a lifestyle.
Just caring and being aware. I mean, if you don't know about these problems, and you don't know what you can do better, you're not gonna be able to do it. So.
And that's where we come in.
And that's where we come in. We're gonna tell you everything we've learned. Another thing we really believe in is people being able to run their own businesses. You know, like in the olden days, people used to trade things, and I feel like us as small businesses, we can come together and counteract these corporations that only care about themselves.
And again, this is something that we will deep dive into. Basically, just how big legacy businesses that we're talking about are greedy and just, you know, they're providing jobs, things like that. But in reality, if we did just go back to a simpler time of, you know, just trading and everybody really just having the necessary resources to create their own little I don't know, foundation and their own little value, right? And then just trade that value and everybody lives happily ever after.
I feel like we have a lot of advice to give too, because to be honest, I never saw this life that I'm living for myself.
Me neither.
We knew what we wanted, but I don't think we thought it was possible, at least for me.
Yeah, and like what we knew, like the one piece of direction we knew is that we were gonna work our butts off for ourselves.
And just have faith.
Yeah.
Believe it's gonna work out.
That's it. If anyone is an aspiring business owner, aspiring small fashion designer, whatever, trust us. It's worth it.
Or even if none of that relates to you, I still feel like our content is going to be valuable because you'll learn about the future, to be honest with you. I mean, I really do believe sustainable fashion is going to be huge. And also, you could just watch our travel vlogs if you aren't interested in the business stuff. We're on our way to California, and that's going to be dope. Wild. In conclusion, sustainable fashion is the future, and you can either join us and hop on the wave, or you're going to get left behind.
Ultimately, guys, what we're trying to do is really lead the charge in multiple ways. Our number one way that we've been able to do so far is the brand that we've built around the things that we sell. But besides that, we are also doing it just as a lifestyle, as individuals, and teaching that. Also teaching...
being advocates.
Yeah, exactly.
And practicing what we preach.
Exactly. And also teaching how to do it on your own. Like, you don't even have to buy from us, realistically.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we've started with the business. That's what has helped us get to this point here, where we can make videos and share with you guys. But when people do support us, like when you buy things, or like if you buy a badge on lives, or like gifts on TikTok, or even just following us, because we get paid from like our reels. So if you just follow our socials, even that will help us to be able to continue to make this free, valuable content.
Any form of support. It doesn't have to be a monetary transaction. It could literally be a click, a like, a comment.
Of course, everybody that does support us in any way, we appreciate. We just appreciate every single person for being here, because we truly believe we can do something huge, and not just for us, for everybody.
We can't do that without your support. This is a call to action, basically.
We wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys' support, and all the ways you guys have supported us so far, I can't even explain how appreciative we are, because we wouldn't be here right now, like on our way to California. You know, I also am super proud of us, because we never gave up, even when it got super hard, and we pushed and we worked, and hours and hours and hours of hard work finally feel like they're paying off. It comes in waves where it feels like it's paying off, you know?
We are definitely still at the start of this journey, and we know that this is going to be an insane mountain to climb. So tag along, guys. Yeah. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be fulfilling, because we're making the world a better place, one stitch at a time.
We're going to talk about how we got to this point, starting way back when. So, as we mentioned before, me and Ricardo have both always been really fascinated by owning your own business. When we were little, me and Ricardo both did like little businesses, lemonade stands. I sold bracelets.
I was literally like selling my Halloween candy. Quick story, one of my first friends from like kindergarten, he was about to move to Mississippi. In order to try to not have him move to Mississippi, literally had like, I guess a full-on like...
fundraiser?
Yeah, like garage sales. Literally thinking we were going to make enough money to keep him in New Jersey. Unfortunately, Monty dipped out to Mississippi.
We got our first jobs really young too. We didn't grow up extremely privileged. We worked for everything. Classic,
started from the bottom.
You don't need to hear it. Then we met when I was like 15, and we started out as friends. We met through my friend Natalia, who was his cousin.
Connect.
Then eventually we started dating. We just like loved spending time with each other. We went to the gym together. And then I never left his side. Today is our 4-year and 5-month anniversary.
Hey.
That's when we met. And then in high school, when you're like preparing for college, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I wanted to go away to school just because the expectations placed upon me by society. Since Ricardo was like the only thing I was sure of, I was like, well, he actually helped me come to this decision. He was like, why would you go for something you're unsure of and leave what you are sure of? Which is a good point. And thank God that I didn't go away to college. So I went to community college, did not finish my associate's degree yet. I can always go back, but that can wait.
In a nutshell, we had no direction coming out of high school besides knowing we wanted to work for ourselves and build something of our own.
And honestly, I didn't really have any interests either, like talents. I always felt like I was useless. I had like no talent. I know, isn't that sad? So in our first attempt to start our own business,
As we're both working minimum wage slash server jobs, of course, that built the hustler mentality in us. With that same little hustle mentality that we had, we were like, hey, how else can we make money? Basically, we started doing drop shipping.
we sold rugs.
Yeah, we
Well,
sold rugs.
Sold. We sold 2 rugs, one to my mom and one to his. And we posted thousands of rugs on our website for nobody to buy. But that was okay because even though it was a failure, we learned the ins and outs of Shopify, which proved to be really helpful when we made our next 2 websites.
After that whole lesson came a traumatic world event, which
Mhm.
was the COVID. So COVID came into the picture, and
Like a lot of other small businesses, we actually thrived because right before COVID, me and my sister started the account that is now Sus Originals, just reselling our clothes, which introduced me to like reworking and everything. I dabbled a little bit. I was getting into it, but when COVID happened, Ricardo got the idea to make reusable cotton masks from secondhand fabric. And at first I didn't want to, but then he convinced me. And it was a really good idea.
we really made it like a whole business, guys. We had a lot of time on our hands because everything was locked down. We literally couldn't even work our jobs. I couldn't even get unemployment if I wanted to. And so it was a sticky situation. Really quickly after we came up with the idea of doing masks, we evolved it. Went from producing like our first mask one night to getting our first order probably that same night or the next day. That quickly evolved into having my whole family making masks. Me, Cass, Brianna, literally sewing everything. My mom cutting everything up, and my dad was like the maintenance slash odd jobs. It was awesome, honestly. It felt really fulfilling to do something like that. And again, why we push small business. You could do anything tiny for yourself, and it feels so great, honestly.
It's really worth all the hard work you put into it because sweet success, you know. With doing the masks, it got us really comfortable with doing the sewing machines. I think I maybe did like 1 or 2 projects beforehand, but since we were doing like the same repetitive tasks, we were so comfortable with the sewing machines, and that's when we really started to take reworking a little bit more seriously and be more creative with the clothing. Carballo Thrifts became Sus by Sass, and then I realized my sister didn't really have the same passion that I had for it, so I took over, and then it became Sus Originals, which I think is a way better name than Sus by Sass. That's actually a horrible name.
Faux shizzle.
I was onto something, but I was trying to include my little sis. Sus Originals itself could be a whole deep dive of a video, but all you gotta know is we worked our little booties off to get to this point where we have 80,000 followers on Instagram, like 55,000 on TikTok, and we were able to quit our jobs and work on this full time.
And that's the most satisfying feeling, guys, when you just wake up every day and you're working for yourself.
I love it so much. I love every aspect about this job. I love sewing, designing, creating videos. I've always loved creating videos, taking pictures. I love being creative. I like working on the computer too. Honestly, it was by chance that this all happened, but I'm so glad it did because I truly feel like I've found the perfect thing that I absolutely love. So
It's definitely a privilege, and again, something that can't be done without each and every one of you. Thank you.
And without each other.
Yeah, without each other.
We really would not have been able to do this without each other. And a lot of people think that it's just me behind the business because like I'm more of the face of the business, but no. This would not be possible without the 2 of us combined. Ricardo does so much for the business that like is more behind the scenes that you guys don't see. But put some respect on his name.
Come on.
And that pretty much brings us to today. We are so excited to show you guys what we do in California, and we're going to be going to Coachella and making our outfits.
Lots of stuff coming, guys. And again, the more ideas you drop us down in the comments, the more things that we'll be able to pump out.
And I think we'll do a Q&A soon to get like anything answered that we
Yes.
didn't get to, because truly we're summing up our whole lives in this video right here.
Don't forget, this is literally number one, our first one.
Oh yeah, if this is not a good video, like stick with us please, because we're gonna get so much better. Like also I feel like where I really will shine is like with more like cinematic videos.
Yeah.
Maybe Ricardo will edit this.
I edited it.
No, I probably still will. This is a mission bigger than ourselves, more than just for ourselves. We are not trying to be greedy. We're trying to help you as an individual and us as a collective, as a world. I see a bright future ahead, especially with sustainable fashion and as more people are getting into it. And I'm just so excited. I'm like really excited to start this YouTube journey too, because I feel like you guys will get to know us a little bit better than just business owners. Like, I'm tired of just like selling and selling and selling. You know what I'm saying? I love
Me
to
too.
create things and sell it, but if we could just be creative.
Like we were telling you guys, we have a lot of knowledge that we've accumulated about sustainable fashion, and we want to just share it. So if you're into that, if you believe in a sustainable future, subscribe.
Or if you don't, subscribe and we'll convince you.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. If you watched all the way through,
You're amazing.
comment a watermelon emoji and I'll know that you're a real one. Along with that watermelon emoji, leave us some topics that you'd like us to discuss. Okay, bye.